Welcome to Instant Updates Desk. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The world woke up to a tremor it did not expect, an economic one. On July 28, 2025, headlines blazed. The Philippines had struck oil. Not just any oil, an immense reserve, verified by international auditors, capable of reshaping the global energy landscape. Oil prices crashed by 20% in a single day. The financial world reeled. Traders in New York and OPEC ministers in Riyadh scrambled to respond. For decades, the Philippines was an energy importer. Overnight, it became a potential energy king. The discovery lay beneath the contested West Philippine Sea, instantly shifting the narrative for over 115 million Filipinos. The president, emotional, declared a new dawn and promised the wealth would benefit all. The world's media descended on Manila, hungry for details. How did they find it? How much is there? What does this mean for Asia's balance of power? The answers, it seemed, were just beginning to surface from the deep blue sea. The Philippines stood on the edge of energy independence. The implications were staggering. A nation freed from volatile prices, able to invest in its future. The world watched, wondering if the Philippines could handle the power it had unearthed. The initial shock was only the beginning. The story of the Maharlika field was about to unfold. A new player had entered the global game, not as a customer, but as a king. The world held its breath. For generations, the Philippines was at the mercy of global oil prices. Every spike meant higher fares, pricier electricity, and a strained national budget. The dream of industrialization was always out of reach, hampered by expensive energy. Remittances from overseas workers kept the economy afloat, but opportunities at home were limited. The quest for energy security was slow and frustrating. Now, everything changes. From importing nearly all its oil, the Philippines is set to become a net exporter. The reserves are so vast, they could power the nation for a century. Cheaper, more accessible energy is within reach for every Filipino. Billions once spent on imports can now fund schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. This is about more than economics. It's about sovereignty. The Philippines can now make decisions free from foreign pressure. For a nation shaped by colonization, this is a moment of true self-determination. The archipelago is no longer just strategically important. It's an economic powerhouse. A new chapter has begun. This discovery wasn't luck. It was Filipino ingenuity. Global oil giants had searched the West Philippine Sea and found little. A team from the University of the Philippines saw what others missed. They developed the Sampaguita method, blending advanced AI seismic imaging with deep knowledge of local geology. Their AI, trained on volcanic data, detected patterns others dismissed as noise. Years of painstaking work in a modest Quezon City lab paid off. High-resolution satellite gravimetry and AI models revealed a massive anomaly. With government support, a drill ship confirmed the find at Recto Bank. The world wasn't watching. This was a quiet national triumph. The data was off the charts. The team's wildest theories were confirmed. Filipino scientists had succeeded where global giants failed. They unlocked a secret hidden for millions of years. A new era of Filipino science and innovation had begun. The Maharlika field is a supergiant, over 150 billion barrels, dwarfing even Russia's reserves. At $60 a barrel, it's worth $9 trillion, enough to erase debt and fund a leap into the future. Massive natural gas deposits add to the windfall, ensuring energy for generations. The Sampaguita method is now a global model, opening new frontiers in oil exploration. The Maharlika field is a living laboratory, drawing top scientists to the Philippines. But the real impact is social millions lifted from poverty, jobs created across industries, and resources for world-class education and healthcare. The government can now invest in infrastructure that connects every island. For a nation long challenged by disaster and hardship, this is more than oil. It's a symbol of hope and a promise of a brighter future. The world is watching the Philippines redefine what's possible. The Maharlika Field is a turning point. The nation stands ready to seize its moment. The future is within reach. National pride sweeps the Philippines. From Manila to Palawan, Filipinos walk taller, united by a sense of achievement. The discovery dominates every conversation and social feed. Young people see new futures at home: engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs. The dream is now about building a first-world Philippines together. Yet optimism is tempered by caution. Filipinos know the dangers of sudden wealth corruption, inequality, environmental harm. Civil society demands transparency and a sovereign wealth fund managed by experts. The conversation is about wise, just management, not just celebration. This awareness is a sign of national maturity. The discovery is both a blessing and a test. The hope to become not just rich, but truly great. The Maharlika Field has upended the global energy order. OPEC and Russia, long the world's energy gatekeepers, face a new rival. The Philippines is now a major player, a counterweight to traditional powers. Russia's oil leverage is crumbling. Europe finds a new democratic supplier. OPEC scrambles. Should it engage the Philippines or risk a price war? Manila holds the cards, able to reshape the market. The global energy map is redrawn, with Manila at its center. Energy importing regions like Europe and Japan gain new security. The world is less vulnerable to shocks from conflict or politics. The Philippines is seen as a reliable partner. The old lines of influence are gone. A new era begins. The Maharlika Field's location in the West Philippine Sea turns fortune into geopolitical drama. China's claims clash with the Philippines' discovery, raising global stakes. Beijing's response is tense, but the scale of the find changes everything. Any aggression now threatens global energy, not just Manila. The US and allies reaffirm support, increasing naval presence and backing the Philippines' rights. Manila frames the issue as global energy security, not just a bilateral dispute. By inviting international partners, the Philippines ensures shared interest in the field's protection. The Maharlika Field becomes a fortress of international cooperation. The West Philippine Sea is now the chessboard for global energy and security. The world's eyes are on Manila. The stakes have never been higher. The Maharlika Field has shifted the world's power balance. For Russia, it's a strategic disaster. Its energy leverage evaporates as Europe turns to Manila. The Kremlin faces economic strain and isolation. The discovery checks Russian expansionism more than years of sanctions. For the US, it's a strategic windfall. A key ally rises, adversaries weaken, and allies gain energy security. America moves quickly, offering support and investment to Manila. The Philippines becomes a regional leader, strengthening ASEAN and providing stable energy to neighbors. The Indo-Pacific's balance tilts toward democracy and prosperity. The Eagle's strength grows through partnership, not just power. The world's energy frontline has moved to Southeast Asia. The Philippines is now central to global strategy. The old order fades. A new one emerges. The democracies are on the rise. The Maharlika Field is the Pearl's promise, a chance for a new Philippine era. But with opportunity comes responsibility. Transparency is critical. Every contract, every dollar must be public. An independent, audited sovereign wealth fund is essential to prevent corruption. Environmental protection is non-negotiable. The Philippines must set a global standard for safe, green extraction. Oil wealth must be a bridge, not a destination. Invested in renewables, education, and digital infrastructure. The goal: transform finite oil into infinite potential. The future depends on wise leadership and civic vigilance. The Maharlika Field can unite or divide, enrich a few or uplift all. The spirit of hope and vigilance is the nation's greatest asset. If Filipinos demand accountability and work together, they'll build not just a richer nation, but a stronger, fairer republic. The promise of the Pearl of the Orient Seas is within reach. The world is watching as the Philippines writes its next chapter.